Do you hope to find your particular someone? Someone you will be spending time with, exchange unforgettable experiences, and create a future with each other when you're searching for. You visualize love in your head. How many persons would be your dream match? Are all around us and come and go from our lives, and we don't notice any of them. Till it seems like a gift or miracle from the scenario, you run into someone really. Let me offer you a particular example. Imagine yourself in any location, perhaps a park or cafe in front of you for a brief. When someone is sitting far away, it's not a familiar face, yet there is something appealing about this individual. You have an inexplicable relationship with captivates you, and a range of feelings intrudes. On the one hand, you're interested in this person and want to understand who drives which stories. Remains inside, however, you feeling a little anxious, a sensation of ambiguity in the face of the unknown. Or perhaps you're considering someone whose image you already know hovers in your head with unexpected frequency, even higher than you'd think to admit that someone with a familiar face, people you have a strong bond with, that transcends the surface level of your conversations with this individual have ceased. A permanent impression on your heart. There's there is something appealing about this individual. You are in a mysterious chemical that makes you feel secure and at ease. Find yourself missing its companionship, desiring to spend time with this individual once more. Their remarks have resonance in their body language makes you smile. When their eyes fill you with a, does that cozy warmth sound familiar? To you, as those ideas start to mind and arouse feelings of warmth, you the first secret. Knowing love and manifestation, make yourself believe that individual is the ideal one is the one that you desire by you're wondering how this individual got there. Into your life, or was it a result of have a fortuitous encounter when traveling? Or perhaps in some way, your paths have previously entangled without your knowledge. Let me tell you something. The universe, in all of its complexity and wisdom, awaiting the opportunity to weave the strands of your existence. Despite the fact that geographical distance, although conditions could appear unfavorable, the bond you have with that individual it's an opportunity, not just a delusion. To demonstrate the effectiveness of the idea of manifestation is as old as Stoicism. Philosophy, but as up-to-date as the most recent self-care Stoicism, is a philosophy that has its roots in Zeno. Obsidian's teachings are about knowing what we can control and what isn't, followed by actions with virtue and rationality to lead a happy existence. It instructs us to firmly establish ourselves in the current, concentrating on our own behavior and dispositions as opposed to external conditions. Let's now clarify this. Stoic thinking advises us to concentrate on our inner states in order to develop an inner A garden where patience and love are sown and comprehension can grow. Despite the furious storms, external expression of this perspective is not boiled down to a straightforward. An act of fancy or illusion turns into a rigorous dance practice that is harmonious between the energy within ourselves and the world that envelops us is approximately fostering a close relationship with our inner self. Recognizing the principles, attributes, and feelings that we wish to draw in our romantic lives by coordinating our sentiments and ideas associated with these impulses. We generate a field of attraction that synchronizes with the vibration to universe. The goal is to embody the adopting the virtues that we want of self-love with freedom and clarity, avoiding unpleasant feelings in the same way as a Stoic finds mental tranquility by acknowledging and acting in accordance with his or her. Regulate the manifestation process. Helps us concentrate on our own alignment of vibrations instead of trying to control the will of the universe. But how can the gap be filled? Between classical and contemporary strategies for manifestation, it starts with the knowledge that at the heart of both lies the strength of the keep in mind that the Stoics were early advocates of the notion that our views influence our reality is a notion that is ideal. Utilizing the law of attraction by imagining that you're certain somebody in your life, that you are not simply fantasizing, you're taking part in the Stoic practice of concentrating on what you can regulate your feelings and thinking and allowing the universe to handle the others as we set off on this adventure. Remember that man who was causing your A unique individual is as much about the internal effort as it relates to the result. It's about developing an attitude of abundance, thankfulness, and we'll examine open-heartedness today. The close ties between Stoicism and manifestation we will learn together. The everlasting techniques for attracting love. Strengthening ties and drawing in that somebody into your life, not by force, but via the elegant alignment of your inner and outside worlds. The first knowledge of the universe's secret manifestation and cherish who you are. Attracted to could appear inaccessible, divided by a chasm of separation or apparently not favorable conditions, but this sense of the concept of impossibility is simply an illusion. But in actuality, you have the second secret, the strength of visualization and clarity. The ability to draw it into your existence, utilizing the idea of expression in which the Stoics held ability of ideas and deeds to produce our reality and draw them into our existence. What we give our full attention and efforts to continue as we explore the core of manifestation, especially in the field of love, that we are examining a region as old as humanity awareness itself since the beginning of humans have searched for civilization. Strategies for bringing love into their lives, utilizing ancient rites, incantations, and convictions, without understanding that the key to drawing in a particular individual entering their lives is by way of the power of attention and intention. Let's firmly establish ourselves in the knowledge of Stoicism is an old school of thought that teaches us the importance of comprehension. What is under our control and what is not provides a strong basis for the voyage of manifestation. Manifestation at its foundation is about bringing your inner world into harmony with ideas, feelings, and convictions, with the reality that you want to make it isn't about controlling the cosmos to suit human needs, but instead lining up so in harmony with it that we want now stoicism with ease that comes easy to us. Its focus on internal peace and concentrating on our own behavior is incredibly. In contrast, the Stoics held that improving oneself and developing virtues and preserving one's inner tranquility, irrespective of exterior situations, with relation to love and expression, which results in a fundamental truth. The journey begins internally to bring about a particular individual into your life. You have to first develop the affection you desire within self. It's about turning into a harmonic alignment with your love. Seeking this does not entail altering who you are to conform to someone else's desires, but instead of fostering the attributes of compassion, love, and knowing yourself, such as the Stoics who work on themselves and virtue as avenues for achieving happiness, that we can practice developing traits that connect us with the affection we desire. But self-love is not the only aspect of it. Comprehending love and manifestation using a Stoic perspective also entails embracing the things we cannot control. You can't make someone feel anything. For us, nor are we able to specify the precise time or the route that love will follow to enter what we can do in our life. But it's set. Our aims are obviously aware of how to cultivate our inner selves to make our desires and have faith in the course of the world. This surrendering act is not an indication of weakness, but evidence of our strength and comprehension of in addition, the natural order of things. We learn from Stoicism about the transience of outside circumstances and the significance of understanding the when love is manifested in the present. It's simple to get sucked into the future, outcomes or focus on previous mistakes, but by firmly establishing ourselves in the recognizing our current situation and by concentrating on our own development, we cultivate a favorable environment for love to blossom. The key is to savor the journey of developing into the greatest iteration of ourselves as someone who is prepared and receptive to get the love we want with the secret number. 2. The strength of clarity and the third secret. Let go of the negative visualization. Visualization has emerged as a strong instrument to channel this universal desire through positive visualization, confirmation, and conformity to the love energy that individuals want to attract the perfect companion in their lives. This is the manifesting principle. Anything, particularly a particular individual into your life with clarity to understand precisely what you hope to see in terms of visualization. In your head, it comes to life before it manifests in the real world. This procedure, despite being contemporary and it's a timeless relationship between applications employing the Stoic technique of concentrating on what we can manage and relinquish. What Stoicism cannot do for an ancient ideology that instills the importance of comprehending and operating inside the boundaries of what we can control provides a strong basis for these. The Stoics' manifestation practices highlighted the need of straightforward thinking and developing virtues within that are closely correspond with the initial phase of manifestation in order to gain understanding of Marcus Aurelius. The Stoic, our wishes emperor, frequently wrote about the significance of being mindful and in the moment, which is necessary to understand what we actually desire when trying to draw in a particular individual. This entails becoming aware of the reasons behind our attraction to them, whether it, do they have a sense of humor and kindness, or even the manner in which they highlight the deepest comprehension in the United States. Our goal and establishes a focus and guidance to focus our efforts, which appears after clarity is, when this is accomplished, the Stoic visualization exercises, or what you may have thought about a type of when premeditation is involved, Seneca discussed planning future occurrences to lessen the emotional toll they have on us. State-of-the-art manifestation methods include imagining our goals as previously accomplished, not to lessen their impact, but to enhance our emotional visualization that is in line with them, is a strong instrument in the manifestation procedure, since it fills the void between the concrete and the abstract. When we imagine, we are not merely when we daydream, we're producing a vibrant scenario in our minds where we wish to be. A gift from our ideal person actuality, this method utilizes the ability to use our imagination to sense the feelings connected to our desire, making it more tangible for us. Stoicism in the subconscious mind teaches us concerning the influence of our perceptions and the significance of managing them. To visualize living a happy life in the manifestations context is mostly about forming our views of reality regarding viewing our life should be as it is, not as it is. So modifying our emotional and frequency of vibration to correspond with that of our desires by clearly visualizing circumstances that we are currently in and in search of a love connection, we start to represent the emotions of joy, love, and thankfulness that are necessary to bringing into our life the things we desire. But the Stoic wisdom of understanding what the important thing here is that we can regulate. Imagine having no influence over the outside directly, but to bring our internal states into alignment with the reality we want. The procedure of bringing love into your life is not all about the fourth secret. Make room drawing in a particular individual as well as a travels of self-discovery. By concentrating on our seeking in a companion, we investigate our personal values, needs, and desires, expanding our understanding of oneself. Our behavior is altered by this alignment. Behaviors and responses in modest but significant ways that increase our receptivity to being loved, and more likely to identify it while it seems concealed. Third, let go of the negative Stoics, who prioritize inner peace and the control dichotomy, teach us the important lesson. Our strength does not reside in changing things or individuals outside of ourselves, but in controlling our responses and sentiments on them within the framework of manifestation. This knowledge transforms into how crucial it is to let go of anger, bitterness, and other undesirable emotions. Fear or envy might have negative effects. Obstacles to getting the love we want. Retaining those feelings is similar to carrying a bulky anchor that prevents us from path to achieving gratifying connections in the same way that a Stoic could logical evaluation and contemplation to eliminate these emotions, which we can do as well, participate in activities that facilitate the release of these sentimental burdens. A successful Stoic approach is premeditation of misfortune, in which one illustrates the possible negative consequences or difficulties as a means of reducing their effect on emotions. When this pertains to, it entails letting go of bad feelings. Recognizing these emotions, knowing where they came from, and then purposefully deciding to ignore them, realizing they are no longer in service. This approach aligns with our highest good, with the unwavering faith in the transience of outside circumstances and the importance of preserving composure. Mental state despite variations in addition to the Stoic exterior. Love of destiny, or the Maradi idea. A deep understanding of the art of the goal of letting go is to accept whatever life challenges us, and seeing each other experience as required and advantageous for our development using a MOPA to manifestation entails acknowledging the status of our relationships at the moment and conditions without opposition, having faith that everything will work out for our ultimate advantage. This approval does not imply inactivity, but instead a proactive dedication to life from a setting of transparency and trust. Be prepared to accept love in all of its manifestations and give up things that prevent us from growing. And this stoic attitude of enjoyment also includes distancing ourselves from desired outcomes. In order to accomplish that, needless obstacles and conflicts that the Stoics would suggest that we concentrate on growing qualities like patience, kindness, and recognizing traits that come naturally draw in sincere, affectionate relationships by. This allows us to harmonize our vibrational frequency with the love's essence. We aim to increase our receptivity when it is reached by accepting these Stoic concepts that provide a strong framework for letting go of unpleasant feelings and informing oneself within the framework of evidence that it is a method of alchemy of emotions. Transforming our inner, changing the scenery into one that exudes love, openness, and acceptance when we let go of. We liberate ourselves from what burdens us. Proceed with grace and be prepared. In conclusion, exhibiting virtue and love to accept the affection we are due in our goes through this emotional releasing journey. Detachment is more than merely drawing in a certain individual, but also about turning into a lighthouse of love and light that provides us with connections that reflect the secret number of our ultimate selves. 4. Make room and use common sense actions to take in order to enter the realm of action in the process of manifestation, especially in light of drawing a particular individual into our life. There must be room made in our life and implement these useful actions. Behaviors are intricately linked to the Stoic concepts that instruct us not just how crucial the internal, but also the significance of outside behaviors that are in line with our internal advocates of state Stoicism at its foundation, living in harmony with the natural world encompassing both the nature of the external environment from a Stoic perspective, taking sensible actions and making room for relationships or new opportunities are in manifestation of cooperating with. It's about becoming ready for this natural order. Our lives soil so that when opportunity seeds are sown, they can blossom, making room for the individual who is going to enter your. This transcends the metaphysical in life, includes both actual and symbolic actions. Of preparation and cleaning, this could imply simplifying your life setting that creates space and serves as a metaphor for fresh energy to come in. It may also entail looking over your schedule and habits to determine where you can earn a new one as needed. Relationship, this is coupled with the Stoic behavior of examining oneself and living purposefully, concentrating on what actually things that are important and things that are not. In order to create space, one must first prepare your emotional terrain, which could indicate healing old wounds and extending forgiveness complaints not just with other people, but also being stoic with oneself teaches us the importance of moving on and forgiving moving forward, free from the burdens of the past errors, such as Marcus Aurelius highlighted the importance of starting each a fresh day free of the rage of applying this to our relationships are about taking a fresh approach. Relationship free from the specters of the past, experiences obscuring our present views and interactions between these useful actions, imply that if you want to draw in a particular individual or the attributes they represent, you have to consciously put yourself in circumstances that complement your desires, like taking part in pursuits and fostering passions that are in line with the attributes Stoicism motivates us to behave in line with our values, and participate in pursuits that develop our character. These days, it might imply joining classes, gatherings, or activities where you can encounter like-minded individuals, or even the person you are also manifesting. The Stoic idea of operating in accordance with our control is taking care of our personal development and become the version within ourselves that corresponds with our desires. Whether doing so is enhancing our communication abilities, strengthening our enhancing our emotional intelligence, or bodily well-being. Every action is getting closer to becoming a magnet for the affection and bond we look for, in essentially making room and taking useful actions in relation to bringing a particular individual into your life is a blend of Stoic knowledge and manifestation principles are concerning bringing our own moods into line with external activities that are getting both the internal and external worlds for the love we want to draw in as many Stoics as possible felt that the strength of living in harmony with the natural world. These actions also lead us to coexist peacefully with the organic flow of connections and relationships, readying us to get the love intended for us. Showing up as a particular individual is much more than a wish. It is about being cast into the universe. Establishing a garden for inner protection where love can flourish and draw in the core of what we yearn for. This adventure that is based on the Stoicism's timeless wisdom teaches us to accept the practice of getting in love, turning into virtue, and the transformation we hope to observe in our relationships in the pursuit of love has consistently existed throughout the history of poets, painters, and philosophers of mankind, encapsulated this desire in their works that demonstrate the never-ending search for emotional fulfillment in connection with its timeless wisdom. Stoicism provides you're looking for real relationships throughout every stage of your journey toward you ought to be someone else. Move in the direction of the love that is meant for you. I hope our discussion clarifies on your desires and thoughts and is a manual for locating your ideal spouse or sharing with us to strengthen a love bond your encounters and inform us of what thank you for everything the universe has given you. Thanks taking this trip with me. If you enjoyed our journey today, please like and keep on with us, and we'll develop together. Acquiring empowering Stoic knowledge daily.